You're not broke. Your unhinged spending pattern is what's getting in your way. But bestie, I'm here to help you. Do not be discouraged because we're going to go through 3 ways you can stop overspending so you can start saving for what you really want, whether it's a home or something else. I'm here to help. All right. So, getting into the first one, you need to build awareness around where your spending is going. And I want you to recognize that you might be disconnected from your spending and not realize it. Most people are overspending because they don't realize the patterns that's forming in their money. It is so easy to get overwhelmed by social media influence and billions of dollars of research, psychological marketing that is used against us in order to spend money that we don't actually want to spend. Over time, you get disconnected from your goals and you don't even realize that you are falling into the company's traps or into the influencers scheme or campaign, I should say. It's really not bad. Like, I'm here for a content creator getting their money. But sometimes we forget that their lives are built around selling us things. It's not built around giving you advice on the best way to spend your money. So make sure that you are recognizing what's influencing you. One of the crazy examples that I see all the time is I'll see a flash of red and then gold in the corner of my eye. And guess what I'm thinking about now? McDonald's fries, because I can't help it. I love me some McDonald's fries, but guess what? They're now encouraging me to spend $5 there instead of stacking those $5 here and there in my savings account. Build some awareness around where your spending is going, and you'll realize that you're spending in areas that you don't want to, or you don't like, or you don't even care to spend in that area. I want you to make sure that you're stepping away and you're not numb to the influences by social media. And there's nothing wrong with scrolling, but doom scrolling really does lead to doom spending so that you can escape the realities of, being stuck in a crappy world, a crappy economy. When you can form your own peace, you can form your own lifestyle that really supports what you want and what is true and valuable in your heart by dropping all of the influences that we get on a daily basis. We can't help that we're influenced by different things on a daily basis. There's just going to be external factors that are bombarding our brains, and our brains will literally try to accept and take in all that information and come back and tell us that it's our own. Our brains are wild in that way. But I'm telling you to fight the urge to fall into the traps to do things that you don't want to do with your money. And that'll actually start saving you money and you'll realize you're not broke. So let's identify what the spending triggers are now that we have awareness about what's causing it. It can be something as simple as comparison. Even if it's someone you don't know or you're not close with, and you realize that you're comparing yourself to them because it looks like they're enjoying their life, maybe at a time where you're not enjoying your life. And that's the only reason why you're coming across their content on social media anyway, is because you're trying to escape. Recognize that comparison trap and then deciding not to spend money, but to maybe spend some time outside, spend time with family, spend time with your puppy. That'll stop you from spending money that's not going to fulfill you in the end anyway. There's also stress spending. I'm assuming it's because you're not financially stressed, but if you're financially stressed, please stop because that's not helping the case either. But if you realize that when you get stressed, what you end up doing is going out and buying food, buying yourself new clothes, buying yourself a new fragrance, buying yourself a new lippy. These are things that you need to recognize that stress is actually your trigger, and find a healthier hobby. Like I said before, journaling or going for a walk, getting into some crafts, doing something that fills your heart and your mind with positivity, but also saving money in your pocket because you're not spending it on things that you don't need. That's not going to help you in the stressful moment that you're in. Another is boredom spending. And I know it seems like if you're bored, then you just have the extra money to spend. But honestly, how much time of your day are you scrolling just because you're bored? And then next thing you know, you're spending money on things that you didn't even know exist simply because you came across it. Being bored is nothing wrong with being bored. I feel like sometimes we need a little bit more ease and rest in our lives, but don't fill it with things that's going to encourage you to do something with your money that you don't want to do. So the next time you notice that trigger, try to make a different decision when you're bored. There's also the I deserve it spending. And I mentioned this one because I'm guilty of it. I find myself in places all the time, mental places, where I'm telling myself, I deserve this, so I'm going to spend money on this. And then when I go back and look at how that's actually fulfilling my life or how it's incorporated into my new life, is not actually helping me. So did I really deserve it, or did I deserve to save that money to go towards my new house instead? I have to choose. We have to figure this out, right? So if you're in this space where you feel like, oh, I deserve this, what are some other things you can do for yourself that you can treat yourself to that you don't do often? Is that taking a bubble bath? Is that having a romantic dinner, even if it's just ramen noodles? Having the low lighting with the candle and the drink in the wine glass, if it's wine or not. Think about those ways to romanticize your life so that you still feel like you're doing something that is a reward because you deserve it, not spending money on something that you don't need. So it doesn't deserve you. And then the last one is very similar to comparison spending. I call it identity spending, doing things that you believe help you build this identity or this outward facade that you want other people to perceive, but it has nothing to do with your worth, what you bring to the table, and how you show up in the world. If it is something that is not moving the needle, then drop it. Again, we're trying to find areas where we can save the coin so that we can do things that really matter to us, like buy a new laptop, buy a new camera, buy a new home, buy a new car. We're trying to make some power moves this year and doing this little spending here and there because you're bored, because you're stressed, because you want to compare yourself to someone else. We're not doing that anymore. We're not playing small. We're leaning into our goals and we're making it happen. Before I get into this last one, I just want to let you know that I have a free journal called the Money Clarity Journal, and it helps you understand what the core values are that you truly have around your money to make spending easier. Sometimes we don't spend the time to really look into ourselves to see what matters to us before we start to project out to the world what our beliefs are. I want you to spend some time journaling and really thinking about what's important to you. And this journal will help you do that so that you can start building that awareness and stop the overspending so you can reach your real goals. And the last point, of course, is when you start to build this awareness, you'll notice that you're not broke. You will start to find areas in your budget where you now have new discretionary funds. You now have extra money that you can put in your savings, and you'll just stop leaking money out of your budget because it's not going to stupid things. It literally is that simple. The first step that you need to take is building that awareness around your spending so that you can start to make different decisions. Once you know what those triggers are, you will naturally start to see an opening in your money that will lead you to maybe investing in something that's actually worth your time, maybe getting a course, maybe indulging in a new hobby that actually fills your heart and your spirit, or you are pursuing a long-term goal like saving for a home, which is what we talk about on this channel. I'm here to help you reach that goal of saving for your home stress-free, drama-free, and it all starts with building awareness around your overspending if you're struggling with that right now. And even if you're not thinking about buying your home right now and you're renting and you just believe that this is not for you right now, there are things that you can do to set yourself up for when you finally want to purchase a home, and that is getting overspending under control. And it's going to feel hard. You're literally pulling yourself out of autopilot. This is not an easy process, but guess what? You'll be better for it. 5 years from now, when you have different spending habits and you're realizing that you're buying stuff for you that's meant for your values and your money life, you're going to appreciate it. And it's going to be hard in the short run, but it's going to be great in the long run. And I want you to have that experience. So let me know in the comments if you want a part 2 video talking about your overspending triggers and what you can do to stop them. And don't forget to download my journal to help you along your journey as well.